Imagine walking into a massive, highly optimized modern facility, like a high-end shopping mall. Every detail you see, from the lighting to the layout, seems absolutely perfected to create a seamless experience. Hidden within that massive footprint are the restrooms. In terms of sheer square footage, they account for an incredibly small fraction, usually around 5% of the building's total space. But this diagram illustrates a staggering imbalance. Despite only taking up that tiny 5% of physical space, those same restrooms generate nearly half, 47%, of all facility complaints. That overwhelming volume of negative feedback bleeds out into the rest of the building. It drastically impacts how visitors view their entire experience, which directly threatens customer retention and business revenue. This statistical anomaly exposes a massive, costly blind spot in how we manage modern physical spaces. We spend millions perfecting the storefronts and lobbies, while letting the smallest rooms cause the most damage. The root of this problem comes down to a clash of eras. We have incredible buildings running on smart climate control and top-notch security systems, yet the cleaning operations keeping them functional are entirely analog. For as long as anyone can remember, maintenance has been driven by a rigid, time-based schedule. A cleaner arrives at 2 p.m. simply because the paper says so. It is ultimately just a blind guess about when and where maintenance is actually needed. This guesswork creates two distinct failures. First, staff waste valuable time checking soap dispensers that are still half full, or mopping floors that are already completely spotless. The second, more dangerous failure happens during sudden rushes. A highly trafficked area might get completely overwhelmed and ignored because it isn't on the schedule yet, deteriorating rapidly until a visitor finally complains. Relying on this reactive, one-size-fits-all schedule guarantees wasted supplies and wasted labor. Most importantly, it completely fails to prevent the overwhelming wave of complaints coming from that 5% of floor space. To fix this, we have to stop guessing and start letting the data do the talking. This concept is called data-driven cleaning, and it shifts the entire operation from guessing what might be wrong to knowing exactly what is happening in real time. This shift relies on some surprisingly elegant technology. This schematic shows the first piece of hardware, an IoT people counter. It tracks the exact volume of foot traffic passing through the threshold, monitoring how busy an area is without ever compromising individual privacy. Moving inside the room, we find the second piece of hardware. Connected dispensers use internal sensors to continuously track their own fluid or paper levels, precisely monitoring when they are actually running low. Integrating these simple digital sensors into physical hardware permanently eliminates the blind spots. The facility no longer relies on a clock to dictate maintenance. It relies on exact usage. All of this hardware connects to a highly efficient operational system that breaks down into a simple 4-step loop. Step 1 is detect. The physical sensors monitor the environment until a critical threshold is crossed, like logging exactly 200 visitors or sensing a near-empty soap cartridge. Step 2. The raw data is instantly beamed from the local hardware straight up to a central processing system. Step 3 is notify. The central system translates that data into a precise alert, pushing a clear message like Floor 3 washroom needs paper towels directly to a maintenance worker's mobile app. And finally, Step 4, act. Staff bypass the spotless rooms and deploy precisely to the flagged location, resolving the issue before a visitor ever has a chance to notice it. By connecting detection directly to action, this continuous loop takes physical labor out of the dark. Instead of a blind, reactive chore, maintenance becomes a precise, proactive strike. When managers actually implement this system, the results speak for themselves. This visualization charts real-world data, showing an overwhelming 97% of facility managers reporting a massive improvement in overall hygiene. Even more critical, the chart shifts here to reveal a 75% plunge in negative visitor feedback. By acting on real-time data, the system visually crushes that massive 47% complaint block we started with. Ado Denherdo, a COO in the industry, notes that this specific technology allows facilities to improve quality while keeping costs low. Better results without spending more money creates real, tangible value. And a building doesn't have to overhaul everything overnight. The hardware is completely modular. A facility can ease into it by installing a few people counters to identify hotspots, and then scale up to fully connected dispensers later. Ultimately, identifying and solving a problem before the public ever perceives it is the definitive hallmark of successful proactive management. We are watching physical maintenance transition away from being viewed as a rigid, necessary line item on a budget. Instead, it is evolving into a strategic, data-driven pillar of management, one that actively dictates how efficiently a building functions and how safe it feels to the people inside. Which leaves us with a fascinating question to chew on. If applying real-time data can completely reinvent something as basic as washroom cleaning, what else is out there? If we can use data to perfect the washroom, what archaic system can we fix next? As our digital tools continue to get smarter, the physical spaces we inhabit must finally evolve to match them.